All right, this lesson is on air masses. Okay, so what is an air mass? Okay, an air mass is this large body of air where the temperature and the moisture contents are going to be similar throughout. So it's like this big thing of air that's very similar. All right, keywords for this lesson. You need to know that maritime means moist. You think of like marine biology, you think of like water. Maritime is moist. Continental is dry. So if you think like continents, land is dry. Then you think tropical, of course, you think of warm. And then polar, like polar bears, the North Pole, South Poles, you're going to think of cold. So these are your keywords. All right, there are 4 types of air masses that we are going to talk about, and you can kind of look in the picture here. You may also hear of another one, continental Arctic, but we're not really going to talk about that. All right, you have maritime tropical, maritime polar, continental tropical, and continental polar. You see your 4 keywords here. And based off of what you know those words mean, you will know what type of air masses these are, what you can expect from these type of air masses. All right, so the first one we're going to talk about is maritime tropical. And maritime tropicals are warm and humid, kind of moist air masses that come from oceans near the tropics. They're going to form over the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic Ocean. In the summertime, maritime tropical usually brings hot and humid weather. In the winter, a humid air mass can bring heavy rain or snow. Now we have maritime polar. Maritime polar is going to be cool and humid, moist air masses that form over the icy cold North Pacific and North Atlantic Oceans. In the summer, they often bring rain, fog, and cool temperatures to the west coast. The third is continental tropical. These are hot and dry air masses that form only in the summer over dry areas of southwestern and northern Mexico. They cover a smaller area than other air masses, and they bring hot and dry weather to the south. The last air mass we're going to talk about is continental polar. These form over central and northern Canada and Alaska. They bring cool and cold air. It's going to be that cool, cold, dry air. In the winter, they bring clear, cool, and dry air to most of North America. In the summer, storms may occur when continental air masses move south and meet the maritime tropical that move north. If you got 2 completely different air masses meeting each other, there's some crazy weather that can go on. And we're going to get to that when we talk about fronts. Now, before I end this lesson, I want to go back just to kind of talk about the air masses. Now, an air mass may form over water, it may form over land, but it's not going to stay there. Just to kind of, I want to point out, it is going to move. And what moves air? Wind. Okay, you got wind, and it's going to take this air mass to another place. So it forms over it, or wherever it originates, and then it's going to move and bring a different type of weather to whatever area it goes to. All right, and that is it.